It's controversy time. First of all, who doesn't like pink latex? Here's the controversy. I don't run tubeless. I run tubes. Maybe I'm the last guy in the world that runs tubes, but look what just showed up. More pink latex. So I run tubes, but latex tubes. If you haven't tried latex tubes, give up on the good old fashioned tubes. Latex tubes are more supple feeling when you ride, much lighter. If you want a cheap way, inexpensive way to lighten up your bike, try some latex. Yes, they are a little bit more expensive than regular tubes if you are still running tubes. So by comparison, a good regular plain old type of tube might be something like 10 or 15 bucks. If you go latex like Vittoria, you're probably going to be more like 20 bucks unless you get them on sale. So check out the website on Vittoria and sign up for a discount. You can probably get 15 or 20% off. But give it a try. This is a cheap way to lighten up your rotating mass. Now, why is this controversy? I don't run tubeless for several reasons. So first of all, I've tried it. It is such a pain. If you've ever tried to set it up and do it on your own, if you don't have the right wheel and tire combo, the mounting can be pretty difficult. Also, just inflating the tires can be pretty rough if you don't have the right inflators, like an air compressor or CO2. So doing it out on the trail or on the roadside is a little bit of a challenge if you need to do that. And you're still carrying spare tubes anyway, let alone the fact that you're swapping out your sealant every once in a while. So yeah, I get it. It lightens up the rotating mass by going from tubes to tubeless, but you're adding in the sealant. So I would argue that latex tubes probably weigh maybe right around what your sealant weighs. So if you go tubes with latex, you're going to be right around the same weight as tubeless with sealant. And it rides pretty good. Rides much nicer than good old-fashioned puddle tubes. Okay, now here's the other thing that I think is going to be a little bit of controversy. I don't ride tubeless either on my road bikes or even on the mountain bikes. I ride tubes on the mountain bikes, which is probably the biggest part of the controversy. There's probably fewer people riding tubeless on road bikes compared to mountain bikes. Almost everybody now rides tubeless on mountain bikes. But here's another fact. So in addition to all the things that I just mentioned about the simplicity of keeping a tube setup versus tubeless, keep this in mind. Off-road motorcycles ride with tube tires. They are not tubeless like road-going motorcycles. There are several reasons for that, because on the trail on a motorcycle, if you get a flat, it's pretty impossible to repair a tubeless tire. But much like bicycle riding and mountain bikes, you can swap in a new tube. It's basically a similar scenario, similar way to do it. You have tire irons, which is what they're called on motorcycles because they're made out of steel. Tire levers on your bicycle, it's the same type of tool, just a little bit larger and made out of steel. You're unseating the one side of the rim, of the bead on the rim, and replacing the tube. And it can be done quickly and easily on a motorcycle, and it's more reliable. Why are we doing tubeless with sealant on bicycles if it's proven with other vehicles? So I've stuck with tubes, but these just arrived. So I have two of my mountain bikes are going to be getting the Vittoria latex tubes. And you might notice that there's two different sizes going on here. Oddly enough, both of the mountain bikes that are getting these tubes are both 27 fivers. However, I have some 26ers and 29ers. So the one mountain bike has a wider wheel, so I sized up to the 29er. The other mountain bike has a narrower wheel because it's a hardtail XC bike, so I went down to the 26. Vittoria didn't have 27 fiver tubes. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. I think The 26 will stretch out just a little bit to fit the 27.5 with the narrow rims. The 29er, you know, probably a little bit too big, although these do fit up to 2.3s. I'm currently running 2.25s on the bike that these are going on, but when those tires are worn, I'm likely going to be going up to a 2.35 on the 27.5er wheel, and I'll see if these work. But I'm going to try them the way they are now. And I've been running these tubes on my road bikes for a few years, and they're great. Okay, controversy over. Let me know if you're running tubeless or tubes, old school like me, or even better, if you have tried latex tubes or anything else. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say about that. Thanks for watching.